surprised that Betsy Ross has become one of the most cherished figures in American history. So whether you believe she made it or not, that's your choice, but the fact still remains that her name remains synonymous with the first American flag. Some of you may have heard of the DAR, the Daughters of the American Revolution. I am a member, and we have patriots that we descend from. And believe it or not, currently in our database, we have nearly 1,300 verified female patriots that DAR members have linked their lineage to. And I'd like to share just a couple of them and their stories. We have DAR patriot Lily McElhaney Bowen, who supported the Patriot cause by loaning funds and providing food and military supplies to the Continental Army. And then our young Abigail Adams did talk about this one, Mercy Otis Warren. She was a prolific writer, and she was also a playwright and a historian, and she fiercely supported the Patriot cause. And in her political writings, she would back it. She would send correspondence in support of the independence. And 4 months before the war broke out, she wrote this: "America stands armed with resolution and virtue, but she still recoils at the idea of drawing the sword against the nation from whence she derived her origin." So while she was a fierce supporter, she also was a little torn. And I think everybody was at that time. DAR patriots Mary Burke Smith and Sarah Young Davis supported the Patriot cause by sewing uniforms for various continental troops. DAR patriots Elizabeth Irwin, Mary Dillard, and Mary Hartwell acted as spies. They would listen, they would not be suspected because they were women, they could fly under the radar, they would get the information, and then they would carry it and share it from the British to the Americans. Yes. Our dear Abigail Smith Adams is also a DAR patriot. She supported the Patriot cause by sheltering and feeding the refugees. And she also implored her husband, who at the time was Massachusetts Congressional Delegate John Adams. And she said that in the new form of government that was being established,
the presentation. It's really interesting as to what some of the women did as far as the revolution is concerned. I mean, you look at today's modern warfare, and now you have women that are just as, how do I want to say, just as fired up, just as equivalent to men in some of the interesting service positions they're in. In the Air Force, we have women fighter pilots, we have women cargo pilots, some of our big airlifters. And I know that there's been, I met, I think she was the first Air Force general when I was on active duty in Japan. Her name was Jeannie. You remember?
No, I don't remember.
Okay. Anyhow, she was one of the first brigadier generals, female in the Air Force. And I know that there have been a number of generals now in the Army. So thank you very much. That was extremely interesting. I have a couple of things here. If any of you would like a couple of Coke bottles from the 1984 Super Bowl that was held here in Tampa, they are for sale, 2 for $25 if somebody wants them. I don't think you'd buy them to drink them, but I'm not sure if they have lost all their fizz or not.
You don't drink those.
Jerry, did you bid? Did I hear?
No.
Oh,
I've got some
Nobody.
organization.
all right. Nobody bid on the Coke bottles. Important things that we have coming up, and I really need your support in this one thing, and that's April 17th at our Liberty Tree dedication, which will be at Crest Lake Park in the Veterans Memorial Plaza. We have a number of city officials that are going to be attending. I'm still waiting for an answer as to whether our senior vice president from the Florida Society is going to attend. Chris is not able to attend. Our president is not able to attend. Our color guard will be there.
Yeah, but we recruited people from around the state for a couple of them.
Awesome. Awesome. But I really need your attendance there. April 17th, 10 o'clock in the morning, Crest Lake Park. So,
Friday morning.
Friday morning. Yes.
I'm planning to be there.
All right. I guess I could ask for a show of hands, but I don't want to embarrass anybody. Robbie will be there. I'll be there, definitely. I think 4 out of the 5 city council members are going to be there, and some other administrative people from the city of Clearwater. It's kind of a joint thing between us and the city of Clearwater, the SAR, city of Clearwater. They have given me all of the support. In fact, the mayor was members are